What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jobbers and Goons, and today we have a hilarious addition to the Goon series for the channel. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, I usually cover hilarious moments from characters, overpowered moments, savage moments. We call it the Goon series. I also cover ridiculous L's and whatnot in the Jobber series and many more on this channel. If you haven't subbed already, make sure to do so, because we're almost at 20k, and it'd be amazing if we hit that. If you want to see your favorite character on this channel as well, or my second channel, Coffee Shop Comics, where, by the way, I'll be covering Defenders Beyond today, hit me up on Discord. You can either purchase content or you can simply win giveaways I do in my server. But anyways, let's get back to this. So Beyonder is one of the most controversial characters in the scaling community, mostly because he does wild shit throughout his years. And recently he was showcased again in Marvel Comics, which I actually believe I predicted in a video a while ago. But regardless, Beyonder's back, does some wild shit. We're going to cover some of his funniest modern moments. If you get this to 300 likes, part 2, we will dive into some of his earlier god tier moments. But anyways, guys, I hope you are excited for this. Without further ado, let's begin. First of all, first moment we're going to talk about is when he bossed up on the comic books. Now, you're probably thinking, what do you mean by that? Well, at one point, Beyonder is made aware that all of them are in comic books. There's different comic books throughout the time in the Marvel Omniverse, and he's merely one of them. And Loki, the god of stories, who can obviously hop around from the different stories, he decided not to leave his stories, right? He's like, I'm going to stay here, I'm the storyteller, I'm going to keep working. This man Beyonder said, fuck that noise. He tears the comic books apart. Tears his own comic books apart, and he's like, the retcons were trash. The changes they made was god tier dog shit. I'm done. And literally leaves the comics. Is just gone. Does the race. No one does that. Like, the fact he pulled off something like that is absolutely crazy. Next, we have what he does in the clutch. So if you guys don't know, one of the aspects of the new Beyonder story, or story involving Beyonder, was him adventuring with the Defenders beyond where even Beyonders are from. And at one point, he's with God of Stories Loki, and he's like, yo, real shit, I need to say this. We're probably going to get cooked out here. Like, we're probably going to face the true form Phoenix Force and get fucking washed. However, since we're here, the boy's gonna cook a smoothie up. I'ma chill, like we're in the trenches. It's all good. I need to relax with a smoothie. This man starts making a smoothie despite knowing he might get pulled up on any second to get one shot. Next, he looked like a complete jackass after a major brawl, right? So at one point, and by the way, this video is basically propaganda for checking out my video on the coffee shop about Defenders Beyond, because it all comes from this run. But he skipped out on a major battle in which the Defenders had to brawl with, like, creatures that existed from prior cosmos, like beings of narrative and whatnot. And they were like, yo, Beyonder, why the hell didn't you show up and help us? Like, this was a major battle. We could have used you. And he was like, yo, there was like explosions, boss fights. That's superhero shit. I'm not a superhero. I figured y'all like that shit. So he was like, I let y'all cook. It's nothing personal. Like, I was letting y'all get your bag. And that excuse for skipping boss fights was god tier. Now next, we see again the hilarious side of Beyonder, where, like, no matter what he's going through, he wants to see some wild shit go down. So Glorion, who is like basically a pseudo god at the bottom of the abyss, which is beyond all things, is creating these false narrative worlds to try to trap the Defenders in, get them to fall for that shit, right? They break out of it, and he's like, well, you know what? Fuck you guys. I don't need your power. I got the Beyonder. And the Beyonder's like, yo, I get it. You could use my powers to make really dope narratives, right? But he's like, one thing that would be more wild and more exciting for me is if we invited all the defenders and shit got chaotic. So he literally brings back Loki just to make shit more wild in the trenches. Like, that's his whole purpose. He just wants things to be lit. That's why he's a hilarious, like, character. But I would never hang out with him because he's a perpetual shit starter. We then see in another moment that Beyonder, he gets into a little bit of a scuffle, right? Like, so true form Phoenix, or at least one of the strongest avatars we've ever seen, we know the Phoenix is here, pulls up on characters like Loki, Blue Marvel, America Chavez with the Eternity Mask, Taya, the mother of Galactus. Like, it's real. And they are clashing. And all of a sudden, this bitch, the Phoenix, gets hit with a blender. Turns around and is like, what the fuck? And Beyonder was like, yo, I didn't want to add a bunch of new shit to this random realm. I kind of just wanted to get shit popping, and I had that blender already. So what's up, bitch? And he was just standing there unbothered. He was like, yo, I don't care if we square up. Fuck this bitch. He's like, I had to let my boy, or slash girl, because Loki kept switching throughout the comics. He's like, I'm going to let the 7th Cosmos Loki get in his slash her bag. What a pronoun. Loki is a fucking pronoun nightmare. Can we all agree to that? But regardless, he literally in the clutch threw a blender at this bitch, despite knowing like she could erase him. Next, we have another smoothie moment. Is this man the smoothie king? Y'all let me know in the comment section down below. As you know, one of the way Beyonders like dealt with stress is by making smoothies and drinking them. Well, Phoenix is literally threatening his mans, right? Phoenix is like, yo, Loki, you think like you can just turn up here, cook, change stories, add narratives, do your own thing? That's not how that works. Like, you're in my domain. Fuck that. And all this time, while Loki's literally arguing for like their existence to not be erased, what is Beyonder doing? He's got his back to the ops, and he's making another smoothie. You can't make this shit up, everyone. Like, he really is a monster. Next, we see, like, at the coattails of a fight he had with some of the defenders, when the defenders pulled up on the Beyonders slash Ivory Kings. This is how crazy Beyonder is. Beyonder literally saw them jumping somewhere beyond where Beyonders should go. Like, it's just beyond where they should exist. He says, hey, real shit, I kind of feel like y'all are running from the smoke. He's like, I can't let y'all run from a good fight. And if you think something is more lit than fighting me, then I gotta pull up with you. And when the Ivory Kings are like, nah, we're not gonna try to go with that narrative force and jump into this shit, Beyonder was all for it because he wants all the smoke. The man is a problem. But yeah, that shit was hilarious. Next, we see like when he bosses up, right? This was funny as hell. So America Chavez has the Eternity Mask, and if you don't know, you can check this out on my video and Coffee Shop Comics after this. America Chavez is a character with the Eternity Mask, basically has the power to fight anything in the Marvel cosmology, even if it scales above. It gives her equal power to them. So basically, it's almost like a stats equalize. And so she puts on the mask, and she slides on Beyonder, punching him in his shit. And so she's basically punching him with his own AP. And he's like, yo, I got hit on multiple planes. Like, that shit was wild. He said, that's the strongest force to ever hit me before. Keep in mind, this would scale it above like Molecule Man, Phoenix, all these things he's encountered in prior events. He gets hit by that and goes, yo, let's brawl, bitch. Like, he was not scared to stand in the pocket with someone of such insane power that could literally technically kill him. And he was like, yeah, nah, let's brawl, bitch. And I was like, okay, Beyonder, you're kind of on your boss shit. So he continues this brawl, right, into the next moment. And everybody realizes that Chavez brawling with Beyonder, like the shit he was doing The fact he's got the Ivory Kings with him, so it might escalate there too if they pop up again. This man Beyonder was for shits and giggles having a brawl that threatened like the existence of a higher realm. Like that's just something he wanted to do because it's like he's like, oh shit, another Tuesday, let's do something crazy. And he was unbothered by like what would potentially come of this brawl because we literally see him when she runs like, yo, stop running from the smoke. And he wanted to continue the brawl there. So yeah, he was literally threatening higher forms of existence just for a good time. That's signature Beyonder. Now, if you haven't hit the like button, make sure to smash it, as this has been an amazing video. This final moment that we're going to talk about from the modern run is when pre-retcon Beyonder / Beyonder is addressing the defenders, right? It's one of the earlier times he addresses them. He's like, yo, I know you guys like remember me from the time of Secret Wars, like when Molecule Man, who's kind of my friend but kind of not, like poked a hole in reality, so I kind of popped in, saw what was hood, all that. He was like, you guys need to understand something. He was like, don't hold it against me and don't use that to power scale me. Because back then I was a baby, and when I slipped in y'all's dumbass verse and was doing hood rat shit, I was under like stupid narratives, so I didn't develop right. So basically, I wasn't in my bag yet. And Beyonder was like, don't judge me based on prior events because I've definitely bossed up since. Which is a hilarious statement from him. But yeah, Beyonder is, in my opinion, one of the funnier characters in comics. He's always doing some wild shit, always getting into crazy shit. And his new stuff in Defenders Beyond is gold. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're a Beyonder fan, make sure to leave the like button smashed on your way out. And I hope you guys check out my second channel, Coffee Shop Comics. Check out my Discord server and considering purchasing or donating if you so choose. But hope you guys have a wonderful day. It's been your boy Jobbers and Goons, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.